Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, July 17, 2016, around 2:50 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's a sunny day out, less humid, and maybe some thunder showers today, but nothing to end this drought, which is becoming very, very serious. Some news to report last night. The Lowell Spinners beat the Brooklyn Cyclones by the score of 8-0. And it's also Happy National Ice Cream Day. I bet a lot of ice cream shops are having discounts because it's National Ice Cream Day. I love cookie dough ice cream. And also Henrik Stenson won the Open, which is the British Open. That's his first major golf championship win, so congratulations to him. And one more news item for the first video blog subject. Another shooting, this time in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 3 police officers shot and killed. This is becoming ridiculous. This is awful. You hear these stories. This is a daily occurrence. Something needs to be stopped. Why can't we all get along? Somebody's going to have to do something about this. But it's more likely going to be swept under the rug. How many more shootings do we need before somebody puts a stop to this? I hope this is the last one, in my humble opinion. Somebody's got to put a stop to this. But it doesn't look like any action is going to be taken, and we're probably going to see these occurrences every so often. I don't want to see that, but it's reality, and it's sad, and it sucks. So prayers to the 3 fallen officers' families in this time of need. And that's about it on the news. My first video blog subject of the day is the continuation of the top 10 list of everything and anything. I've now reached the top 10 best high-flying wrestlers of all time. This is a very impressive list. Some big names have been left out. This is like the best of the best of the best. And here they are, number 10 on this list of the best high-flying wrestlers of all time. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, when it was with the Midnight Rockers and the Rockers. Shawn Michaels did a lot of great drop kicks, but when he was like the best high-flying moves that Shawn Michaels did was around the 1992-1996 time frame, especially those ladder matches with Razor Ramon and also with Bret the Hitman Hart. When Shawn Michaels lost his smile, he didn't do too much high-flying maneuvers that much anymore after 1997. Number 9 on this list of the best high-flying wrestlers of all time, Lita. She's the only diva on this list. Lita did a lot of great hurricanradas and a lot of great flips, especially when she was with the Hardy Boys. She could take bumps, and she was awesome in doing it. Number 8 on this list of the greatest high-flying wrestlers of all time, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky would always go to the top rope and do a crossbody off the top rope. He was one of the greatest high-flying of all time. Especially he would do it to like Ric Flair and Randy Macho Man Savage and Jake the Snake Roberts and so many others. Number 7 on this list of the greatest high flyers in professional wrestling history, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Jimmy Snuka always would go to the top rope with the Superfly splash, and he would always beat his opponents 1, 2, 3. Superfly would always do extreme moves, especially in cages. In 1982, he went up to the cage 15 feet in the air and gave the Superfly splash to Bob Backlund, but he missed, and Bob Backlund went out of the cage, and he did it again in 1983 to the Magnificent Muraco, and it was so high flying. He basically erased from history now because what happened last year in the WWE. But he really did exist. Number 6 on this list of the best high-flying wrestlers of all time, Jushin Thunder Liger, a masked Japanese wrestler. He would do a lot of crazy bumps, a lot of unbelievable flips. His matches were flying Brian Pillman over the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship in 1991 and 1992 are some of the most classics ever. Probably the peak of his performances. He's not been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame yet, but it could happen. Number 5 on this list of the greatest high-flying wrestlers of all time, Brian Pillman. Pillman was did a lot of drop kicks off the top rope and Stampede Wrestling, and in WCW for many years. He feuded with Barry Windham, Jushin Thunder Liger, Brad Armstrong, and a few others. When it was part of the Hollywood Blondes, he basically stopped doing high-flying maneuvers, and with that loose cannon gimmick, he basically stopped doing high-flying. When he got in that big car accident in April 1996, basically he couldn't wrestle that much anymore. He just had to rely on his acting, and he passed away in October of 1997. I'll probably be a future video blog on the personality profile of Flying Brian Pillman, probably in September. Number 4 on this list of the greatest high-flying pro wrestlers of all time, Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam. RVD was a legend in ECW, held the ECW TV title and the world title there, Van Daminator, 5-star flog splash. He went into the WWE in 2001, winning the Intercontinental title several times and even becoming the WWE World Champion. Then in 2010, he wrestled a part-time schedule for TNA and then eventually went back to the WWE. One of these days, RVD will go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Number 3 on this list of the greatest high flyers in professional wrestling history, Rey Mysterio Jr. Luchador has been wrestling for over 20 years in Mexico, and he just ECW and WCW and WWE. 619 was his favorite maneuver. Did moonsaults, Hurricane Radas, and these were amazing moves, especially for somebody who's only 5'3". Number 2 on this list of the top 10 best high-flying wrestlers of all time, homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, Sabu. Sabu was a wrestling daredevil for over 30 years, mainly for ECW. He was in a lot of independent scenes. Sabu did not have a long term in WCW or WWE because it was a little bit too extreme. But if he toned down that, he probably would be a big hit in WWE, in my humble opinion. And number 1 on this list of the greatest high flyers of all time, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy still does these bumps even though he's close to 40 years old. Peak of this happened in those TLC matches against Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, and Jeff does these amazing bumps on tables, chairs, ladders, and he gets up and he's amazing, and he's the best high flyer in professional wrestling history. That's about it on that. Tomorrow will be about the top 10 best TV westerns of all time. Second and final video blogs coming up. It's personality profile. Tonight's personality profile will be about point card of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Russell Westbrook. Some great video blogs coming this week. I'm not going to tell you what they are. They'll be awesome. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCLX and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutz, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Swensey's rocks, and she's awesome Amy. And Bob Gibbs of BC11 has a sweet southern accent, and Linda Church is an amazing cool guy. Have a good day, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. Bye now.